And thanks everybody for coming out today. It's a beautiful day, and on days like today, Anchoragites get out and enjoy their parks. And one of the reasons we're here today is to talk about some of the exciting park projects that we've got coming up this summer for rehabilitation, repair, and as you can see behind us, a brand new facility here in Russian Jack Park. We have over nearly 11,000 acres of park in Anchorage, over 230 parks in total. We're really blessed with the amount of parkland, more parkland per capita than any city in the country. And here to talk about the projects, Beth Nordland with the Anchorage Parks Foundation and Holly Spoth-Torres with the Municipality of Anchorage Park and Rec Department. They're going to tell us what projects to look forward to this year. And Beth and Holly.
Hi, I'm Beth Nordland with the Anchorage Park Foundation. I'm the Executive Director, and here's Holly Spoth-Torres. So, welcome today. We have 35 park projects this summer scheduled for all over the city, all kinds of amenities for the public to enjoy. And we have a map that can display how we talk about those, but it's 6 playgrounds, 7 miles of coastal trail, the Veterans Memorial, which started construction today, and let's see, what else do I want to cover? 5 neighborhood park projects. We have the reconstruction of the Mulcahy Rinks with the Scotty Gomez Foundation. And we have 10 weeks of YEP projects, that's Youth Employment and Parks projects. And that'll be 6 projects, including the Campbell Creek Estuary. So the 6 playgrounds is really big news. The one behind us has already been named Nola, the polar bear, by 2 young contest winners from Chester Valley Elementary. Reconstruction of this park starts next week on the 3rd. We've got Cuddy Family Midtown Park coming up, and that'll be an accessible playground to kids of all abilities. And it should be the first one in the state. We're very, very excited about putting that one in sunny weather. It'll be poured in place. We also have an inclusive playground at Campbell Park. And we've got 2 in Fairview. Fairview Lions Park is getting a playground, which is a fireweed forest. And Fairbanks Park is currently under construction as well. We're replacing some of the tot lot equipment, and we'll make it more age appropriate for that growing neighborhood. And then we have Scenic Park Playground, which is getting a safe route to school as well as a playground because the neighbors wanted a playground. So we have a lot of really exciting work that we're doing with neighbors all around town. There are 5 neighborhood parks that we're upgrading. That's with neighbors and contractors and using public and private resources, scraping it all together. Elderberry Park, Scenic Park, Fairview Lions Park, Arctic Benson Park, and Campbell Park. 5 neighborhood park renovations, and each of those have a Saturday that we'll be spending hours on with neighbors, and we will try to promote it to the best of our ability to get people out there digging and landscaping, doing a lot of great work in the neighborhood parks that they care about. So I'm available to talk about any of the parks in detail. One of the projects that the Anchorage Park Foundation helped secure funding for from the Alaska State Legislature is the Coastal Trail, 7 miles of renovation of the Coastal Trail. And we are excited. I was out there today. They have started at Warrensoff. So Holly Spoth-Torres is here to tell us more about that and the rest of the project she's got going this summer.
I'm Holly Spoth-Torres. I'm the park superintendent. I just wanted to reiterate before I dive into the Coastal Trail how powerful this relationship is between us and the Anchorage Park Foundation. This summer we're going to spend over $5 million in parks, and this is a new efficient business model for us. We're able to combine public funds and private funds and get the most money in the ground based on what we're hearing from the community. This Coastal Trail project is one of our primary examples. We have $1.25 million in voter-approved bond money, which tells us, yes, Anchorage voters want this. We have $1 million from the state legislature. We have $30,000 from a Rasmussen Foundation board-designated gift, and we also put a small amount of operating dollars in it. It's a powerful, powerful combination of money to be able to get this work done. So the Coastal Trail is what everybody's going to need to know about today. The section between Warrenzoff and Earthquake Park started today, and it's closed. We've been very strategic about our phasing plan, and honestly, it's been a little bit up in the air because of the cold weather and because of gaining permits from landowners. So this is where we landed today. We don't know which phase we're going to do next, but we will be updating our phasing plan weekly. The contractor is required to give us that phasing plan for the next week on a Thursday so that we can communicate exactly what's going to happen to trail users on a Friday. We know it's going to be an inconvenience to the public. People love the Coastal Trail and they want to ride it all summer long, but in order to make these improvements, in order to keep the public safe, we need to close this trail in sections. Like I've said before, all the major events, the Run for Women, the Mayor's Marathon, and the big wildlife runs will all be accommodated. The surface will be safe and ready for running. What else do I want to say about it? Did I cover everything?
You're not sure so you're not going to go to the phase that's downtown to Westchester? That's still.
We have to secure the railroad permit. We're this close to securing the railroad permit. We just have to sign.
So, is that likely you're going to go with
Yeah.
this one?
Yep. Because what's happening is the Fish Creek Bridge is it provides a little bit of a logistical challenge, so that section is going to take us the longest. Yeah, most likely. I think that's everything that the public needs to know. Sections of the Coastal Trail will always be open. You're just not going to be able to ride the full thing. The Chester Creek Trail is all open, and there's other routes in town if people want to take a longer bike ride. So we have staff available to help people find alternative routes. If you need help with the detour on the Coastal Trail, if that's your commuter route, we're happy to help you. So please visit the project website. I can give that out. It'll be updated weekly, maybe even daily, depending on what's going on.
Very good. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Beth. Awesome. Well, and appreciate the information. As we know, every year, just like we do with our road construction, there is an inconvenience, but improving these assets is so important to maintaining the quality of life they provide to us. So we appreciate everybody's patience. We have a couple other announcements today, one of which, for those of you that maybe are younger and don't remember what happened some 20 years ago, but you may recall that in the 1980s, Anchorage put together an Olympic bid committee to try and secure the Winter Olympics for Anchorage, Alaska. We were successful in getting the United States bid in 92 and 94 to compete for with the International Committee to host the Winter Olympics. We just missed out on both occasions. It's been over 20 years, and so I'm announcing today I'm forming an exploratory committee to look at putting together a bid for the 2026 Winter Olympics. 13 years away. But if you don't start planning now for these sort of things, they don't happen. So what we're hoping to do is use some of the wisdom that came from the group that was involved in the previous Olympic Committee, and then really try and draw in some of the young leadership of Anchorage to really take the torch and see if we can't put together a successful bid. It takes an awful lot of work, and we do have, of course, a lot of the information from the previous bid, but the world has changed rather dramatically, as has Anchorage, Alaska. We're 20 years later a stronger city, a bigger city. We have more assets. We have this incredible park system, which we've referred to, as far as our maintenance and repairs. But you look at Kincaid Park and Bicentennial Park. You look at the facilities at Alyeska and Girdwood. We just, I think, are probably well poised to start looking at over a decade from now, will we be able to host the Winter Olympics? I believe we can. We've become literally an international city. So you'll see an announcement in the next few weeks. I think mid-June, June 20th or so, is the Olympic week. they call it. It's a kind of the National Olympic Week. And I hope on that date to be able to announce who the committee members are and give you a little bit more information about starting the process. So it could be a very exciting time for Anchorage. A couple other quick announcements. We do have every year we invite summer interns to come work in the mayor's office, and this year is no exception. We are seeking applications for summer internships. College students with a strong work ethic and who have good communication skills and are interested in government, we invite them to apply. You can come by the mayor's office and talk to the executive staff, or you can email at mayor@muni.org, or finally you can call the mayor's office at 343-7100. So lots of opportunities for young interns that give some good experience. These are not paid positions, so it's really one of those kind of resume builders and get good skills under your belt. Another thing I just want everybody to remind that this Saturday is another media opportunity at the Festival of Flowers on Town Square. From 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock in Town Square, we do our annual Festival of Flowers, which we started several years ago, so we could raise money and have an endowment for the flowers in Anchorage, Alaska, which everybody agrees is a great asset. It adds to the beauty of our city tremendously. Whenever there's budget constraints, you always hear people say, well, you should cut the flowers. So we're not going to cut the flowers. In fact, we're going to make sure that we have funding from other sources other than just city government to make sure that that program stays as wonderful as it is. So Festival of Flowers this Saturday, 11 to 6, stop on by. We hope you can make it. And then just one final other quick note. We were fortunate. We got a recent grant from the Alaska Historical Commission, met in Seward over the week, and they've agreed that the Anchorage Centennial Project is going to be an event of historical significance. We're making sure that the event is not only educational, but it's cultural, historical, and it's going to be, we think, over the next 2 years, a very, very significant event for Anchorage as well. We were granted $20,000 by the Historical Commission. I want to thank them for their support, and we look forward over the next 2 years to announcing all the many, many different events that will be part of the Centennial. So with that, that's all we have for today, and thank you for coming out.